Good day, viewers. This is TechMag TV News. My name is Stephanie Truter, and these are the headlines. Chamisa calls for SADC to address immigration crisis. ZEC's second phase of mobile voter registration kicks off. Mafume gets High Court reprieve. Ramaphosa condemns violence against Zimbabwean foreigners. And now, in our top story, the president of the opposition party, Nelson Chamisa, has called for the Southern African Development Community to intervene and help Zimbabweans to make their mother country habitable. Speaking at ENCA News, Chamisa emphasized on the need for African countries, more particularly Zimbabweans, to work together in making Zimbabwe a habitable place. Chamisa said after the alleged murder of Elvis Nyati, who was burnt and stoned to death by a mob in Desplot, Johannesburg, South Africa, Nyati was alleged to have been a victim of the Dudula operation after he failed to produce a passport to the mob Wednesday night. Last week Friday, CCC condemned the murder of Nyati and blamed ZANU-PF government for bad governance, leading Zimbabweans to go economic exile in foreign lands. The South African opposition party, Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, in South Africa also condemned the xenophobic attacks on a fellow African and accused the ruling African National Congress, ANC, of sponsoring the vigilante groups. ZEC's second phase of mobile voter registration kicks off. The Zimbabwe Electoral Commission has embarked on its second phase of mobile voter registration exercise after the first outreach, which ran between February the 1st and the 28th in preparation of the delimitation exercise ahead of the 2023 general election. ZEC registered 81,742 new voters in the first exercise. The latest campaign, which has fewer registration centers, will end on April the 30th. In a statement, ZEC said centers would be open from 7 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. Masvingo province will have the most registration centers, 276 in total, while Bulawayo has the least, 81. Prospective voters must be aged 18 or over. They are required to carry proof of ID, an ID card or passport, as well as proof of residence, in the absence of which they will be required to fill out an affidavit. The latest phase of the mobile voter registration exercise coincides with a similar exercise being carried out by the Civil Registry Department to issue out IDs. And in our other local news, Mafume gets High Court reprieve. Recalled Harare Mayor Jacob Mafume yesterday won his battle against local government minister July Moyo, with the High Court barring both the council and the minister from seeking to replace him. Moyo had announced the vacancy, claiming that Mafume had been recalled by a faction of the People's Democratic Party. The order followed an application by Mafume and Mutare Mayor Simon Chabuka and Arnold Batirai Dube, a former Bulawayo councillor who challenged the recall by the PDP faction. High Court Judge Justice Munamato Mutevedzi upheld Mafume's application. Mafume, Chabuka, and Dube had challenged their dismissal by Moyo. The trio sought an order that their recall be declared null and void and unconstitutional. In our regional news, Ramaphosa condemns violence against Zimbabwean foreigners. The president of South African, Cyril Ramaphosa, has condemned the violence being meted against Zimbabweans and foreigners in an operation by vigilante group Dudula that is going on in South Africa. Ramaphosa this week announced on Twitter that all those who are partaking in Operation Dudula in the name of patriotism are doing actions that are xenophobic, unethical, and unlawful. South Africans are moving around the country requesting passports from Zimbabweans staying in their country, and the failure to produce the documents are led by attacks on them. These attacks have led to the death of one Elvis Nyati, a Zimbabwean national who was burnt to death in Desplot, Johannesburg, in South Africa last week. On the other hand, South Africans are blaming illegal immigrants for the criminal offenses happening in their country, such as robbery, rape, shoplifting, murder, and saying the foreigners deserve the Dudula operation. 2 dead and 2 are missing as heavy downpour wreak havoc in KwaZulu-Natal. Flooding runoff caused havoc in KZN coastal town after heavy rains came over the weekend. Umdloti on the north coast of Durban was hit with flooding and excessive runoff on Monday after the region experienced heavy rains over the weekend. Provisional Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs MCE Sipho Hlomuka confirmed that floods had claimed the lives of 2 people, one in the Tekwini Metro Ward 47 in KwaMushu and the other in Ward 87 in Lazi. Hlomuka said 2 others were missing after their car was swept away by floods in Mohlweni. Hlomuka said efforts to evacuate residents into community halls in high-risk areas such as KwaDebeka and Indanda in Twekheni are underway. And now in our international news, pressure builds as Shanghai, a city of 25 million, remains locked inside. This massive city of 25 people is at the center of China's efforts to stamp out the country's largest ever COVID outbreak. No one is allowed to leave the resident compounds, even to buy food, meaning that they rely on the government for private delivery drivers, and the demand is now stretched thin. This is creating huge pressure on the system, and for many, the people, the restrictions are more distressing than the threat of the virus. And now in our tech news, Portugal unveils 911 call center. In a bid to continuously keep Zimbabweans connected and assisted in real-time emergency, the Postal and Regulatory Authority of Zimbabwe, Portugal, has introduced the internationally conforming number 911 to help assist citizens in emergencies. Zimbabwe for a long time has been using 112 as the national emergency portal, but this number has not been popular with many subscribers, meaning many stuck in emergencies without any quick and easy short dial-up number when one is under duress or dire need for emergency assistance. The recently unveiled 911 service is, however, much more popular with citizens, as the same number is being used worldwide for urgent response systems to various emergencies. Hence, in case of emergency, even under stress, one can easily remember this number to call out for urgent help. The government of Zimbabwe, since activating the portal through Portugal's Civil Protection Unit and Zimbabwe Republic Police in December 2021, has managed to consolidate all the national emergency response system via a single SOS number, be it for police, ambulance, or fire brigade. The service can be accessed for free by anyone calling from home network, meaning all mobile networks and fixed landlines can easily reach out to this number, even without any mobile airtime topped up. Hence, it's a toll-free service. Any cell phone, even those without SIM cards, can access the National Response Center, as the traffic service is routed directly to the local response server. This has been TechMac TV News. Thank you for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe as we keep bringing you more top stories. We'll see you next time.